Hello and welcome to another Path of Exile 2 video of records from my PoE 2 beta launch characters, I guess. I just wanted to do a little bit of recording of Brood. I was explaining things. We'll give me back to you. So, I wanted to record what I've done with my characters, and this one is my Ranger, actually a Deadeye. A melee character. So the main thing in this character, we are actually using Molten Blast because I really like using melee skills, not the main skills, and I want to do some melee stuff. This is the closest of melee that I have gotten, except the monk stuff. Monk stuff, great. And I wanted to do this, but not as a warrior, and I had a couple different options, and I wanted to do a lot of Molten Strikes, so naturally we went Endless Munitions, and I only have actually done 2 Ascensions on this. We are only level 80 currently, so nothing super special. Tailwind obviously is something I want to use so that we can just spew fire as much as possible. We go for a kind of generic attack speed, projectile damage, movement speed, which is also a lovely part of this character, or being in on this part of the tree in general. Then we go acrobatics. We're actually doing armor and evasion, because I didn't want to just do energy shield as every character. I wanted to try something different. It's okay. I do actually kind of like the combo of acrobatics with armor. It's quite decent though. Hopefully will be better in the future. And then we go for all of the chaining. So we have a chain with terrain from here. We have the chain with terrain from down here. And a chain with terrain from here. As we want this to go and hit the wall and bounce from walls towards other enemies. So we do have quite a lot of fire that we throw in a single throw. Mainly because we have the scatter shot linked into this, which if you take it out is immediately way less. And then we have the extra projectile. So you get extra projectiles from the Molten Blast as it throws the initial projectile and then the shrapnel. And it's normally 8, which will be 11, and normally we do... How many we do? We do quite a bit. Anyway, so it's a lot of projectiles. And then bouncing from a wall back to the enemy is actually really good damage. We don't have actually that high damage, to be honest. Could be way better. I mean, it's only level 80 character with 2 ascendances. We do Herald of Ash as... I mean, it's the strength-based one. The other ones would be nice, but also triggering them would be really hard. I think like Hands of Wisdom and Action Hoa would be very nice. I'm using actually these things for Decimating Strike to lower the HP of enemies immediately. And I actually kind of wanted to do these things. So whenever an enemy is low life, you get more damage. And this is actually quite a lot of damage on low life enemies, which is 35 or less. So we cut potentially 25, 30%, 5 to 20, 5 to 30, sorry, with this, and then on the low end we would do a lot of damage. We run just some random mazes, pretty decent, which I bought, and then just nothing special as a gear. It's just resistances and health and armor. Nothing fancy in there. And then we do the dual wielding stuff. As we are dual wielding, we do the armor, evade stuff, and then more one-handed stuff, and area. As the shrapnel does actually have an area, so this actually does have an AoE tag, and these do actually do an AoE projectile explosions. And sorry, this one. So the projectiles do explosion AoE, so it helps a little bit. And then a more armor evasion. Nothing super fancy in here. So let's just take a look at the map that we are loaded up here. It's a tier 14, where there's a rude pig that attacked us when I was trying to showcase stuff. And this build has a few negatives. Anything that's too close is a nightmare to kill. And you need a little bit of range. And I hate the animation of the skill. So you did this kind of swirl and go forward. And I kind of wish it did either the swirl backwards or didn't move at all, and it would be way better. Also, terrain like this is kind of great and bad because it just doesn't go anywhere because it hits the terrain. So it's kind of funny having a skill that actually is negatively affected by terrain pretty badly. But it's actually kind of fun build to play. When you get something on that Goldilocks zone where you hit this explosion and the splitter against the wall. And actually this has been kind of weird wall tennis build, because a lot of times I'm actually attacking the wall instead of the mobs because of the shotgunning mechanic of Path of Exile. So if I attack the enemy directly, only one of the projectiles can hit it. But if I'm hitting a wall, the chaining wall projectiles can actually shotgun. Which is kind of weird when you're actually not directly attacking the monsters and you're attacking the walls instead. It feels weird. But that's how they build plays. And different layouts of maps infinitely make this build better. Like, for example, the crypto map where you have narrow tunnels. A lot of opportunity to chain from terrain. Way less on an open field like this. But it is actually surprisingly competent, and getting that tailwind would give me more defenses, firstly. But also movement speed and attack speed, like 30% attack speed would be so lovely. And then we could just basically spew this. And I had this kind of fun idea that if you had enough attack speed, because this pushes you slowly forward, you basically could just zoom through the map with the skill as your movement ability. Which kind of feels weird, I have to say. But yeah, like these piggies, for example, really showcase the problem of they're too close to do the proper explosion. Bigger bosses, when they are not too close to you, just get so much damage from this. We are running a helper for this situation though, which is the Warcry and Hammer of the Gods. So why not use that also to nuke some of these enemies? And it does help quite a bit, but it's a band-aid to a problem, more or less. But yeah, this is my melee. It's not really melee, to be honest. It's like a Roman candle. Molten Blast Deadeye that I've been running a little. I should probably actually level this a little bit more. There's definitely room for improvement with this. But yeah, some of the issues with this actual skill, like maze skills in general, they just have problems. And I think there is some room for improvement. Remove this movement portion of the skill, and it instantly becomes better. Hell, make it go backwards instead of forwards when you do this, and it would allow you to line up the throw way better. Also, making the throw not go as far would help, but I'm not sure if that's good. Problem is, the actual Goldilocks zone is basically at the edge of your screen, and if I had a more longer vision, if this was more zoomed out, this would actually be better to use, as I could see the monsters as they're coming, instead of being immediately in my face. But yeah, there's some issues, but it's a fun skill to use, a little different as I like to try things, but yeah, it's not the best. But anyways, that's my Deadeye, Molten Blast, Hammer of the Gods, I guess, also something. I think there is you can definitely do way better with this, but as I said, probably not the best skill ever. Anyway, thank you for watching this one. We'll do some more quick videos of my builds from this league that I've been really enjoying and trying out different things, and keeping a record of them for the future, I guess, and also to give ideas for other people, so what they could try and maybe not try as well. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.